What's up, everyone? As you can see, I went ahead and ordered the losi 1969 Camaro 10 scale no prep drag car. Got it today. Came in the mail. I ordered it from Summit Racing. They actually had it was a half off deal going on, because from Horizon, I think this was about $460 if I'm correct. And Summit actually had it on sale for about $250. So yeah, I couldn't pass it up. So liking it so far. Didn't get to run it yet, but got it in today. Opened up the outer box, and then went to go open up the box that it actually comes in. And as you can tell, it comes with seals right here that if you say that if they're broke, do not open, do not accept. Well, they were completely sealed. They weren't even peeled back. I actually cut these when I got it in. But when I opened the box, do this, trying to hold the phone and do the same time. When I got this in, I'm having a little trouble here. Obviously the car's not in there now, it's right there. But when I got this in, these wire ties were already snapped off. They're supposed to go there, and they were already ripped, front and back. And these were actually hosed the car down, to protect it in shipping. And these double-A batteries weren't used, but they're broken, out of the packaging. And then looked in there. That's the box that the transmitter comes in, and I don't know who did it, what happened, because like I said, the seal on the box, they were sealed completely, not cut, not peeled back or anything. When you open up the box, those ties were broke, and big old hole in the box that they had the wheelie bar hanging in, which doesn't make any sense, because actually this is supposed to fit right here in the box. And then I put the body back on now, but when I had set it down on the table, the left rear shock was collapsed. So I couldn't figure out what was going on. I had no suspension in it or anything. So I messed with all the rest of the shocks, and you could hear when you compress them, you could hear the fluid moving around in there. But when you do it to the left rear shock, you didn't hear nothing. So right away, brand new car right out of the box, I took the left rear shock off, opened it up, and the internal C-clips or E-clips, top and bottom, were completely off of the suspension rod, which was letting the rear suspension just be free. So it was they had no suspension in it. So I took it off and I put the C-clips back on with the divider in the middle, and everything's good now. But of course all the oil came out, so I got to order me some 70 weight oil. But anyway, that's fixed now. I didn't even get to run the car yet, but I had to fix it already. But yeah, well, this is the new to me losi 1969 no prep Camaro. Always did love these cars. It was when I was a little kid. 1969 Camaro. I actually own one now, drag car. But let's unwrap it. Check it out. And actually what I did was, I took it out of the box. I saw there was some problems. I actually looked to see if it was ran before or anything like that, which had no signs on the tires of any road wear or anything. They was completely smooth, not beat up or anything, and no. You see one little scratch right here, but that can happen in the factory, but little flaws here and there. As you can see, the rear spoiler here, there's a gap right here. And you guys can see that. Same thing for the other side. But I mean, that can, you know, happen in shipping, especially since it wasn't tied down. And you can actually see in the middle right there that ain't gonna fly with me. I'm gonna have to fix that somehow. But I've heard a lot, you know, about when these cars come off out of the factory, that they're all, you know, sometime the rear, you know, the differential doesn't have no oil in it, doesn't have enough, has a little bit of it, you know, a little bit of oil in it, or none at all. But it, you know, everybody, you know, will tell you to go over these cars completely before your first run. I actually have the Creighton 8 scale V5 sitting over there. But they're notorious for, Armor is notorious for not putting any fluids in the diffs, the front, rear, in the center. But that's the one thing you do with all these. You got to go over these cars completely before you run them. But I mean, the car is nice. You know, I didn't want the Summit one, the red with the Summit on the side. I mean, I'm glad I got it from Summit because it was basically half price. But didn't want to be running those Summit. You know, they're not sponsoring me, so nothing against Summit, but they're not sponsoring me to have their name on the side of the car. I know I'm gonna get a lot of crap from that. People probably go, oh, you do, whatever. But car's pretty nice though. Got the Mickey Thompson slicks in the back, and if I've seen it right, there are Mickey Thompsons. Yes, there are Mickey Thompsons in the front. They're just not, the letters aren't white out. Got the 5-spoke rims on there. Even got the Camaro just like how it is, like on the real Camaros, Camaro SS, the 396. The little door handle on there. Even the lights, the LED lights, light up. They're all wired, ready to go. And the Camaro is sitting there. That's like the original emblem would be. I would kind of like the windows to be probably just darkened instead of seeing it all in there. I think I'm gonna have to do that, and of course put, you know, more stickers on here, because stickers do make the car go faster. I actually got a woolly bar going out there. Chrome rear bumper. I believe the tail lights actually light up. I'm not sure about that. Didn't look yet. 69 Camaro license plate. I think they could have a little detailed in a chrome trim around the windshield. They could have did something like that, or, you know, since it's supposed to be a race car, have the screws going in like they have a screw-in windshield. Same thing for the side windows, screw in there. Same thing for the rear. They could have put like screws there or some kind of trim there, just to give a little bit more detail. All right, take the body off. There it is. Actually, I think losi was the first ones to come out with this car with the aluminum frame, which is pretty good, pretty strong, stable. Spectrum got their 6500 motor in it, as you can see right there, which is pretty good. Good for, you know, stock. They're not going to, you know, that's why it's a hobby, so you can go here and upgrade everything that you want. So they're not going to put the best stuff in the cars. Then here's the body mounts. Actually, body mounts, you can actually adjust the height on them. You can go up one, go down another, all the way around. All Spectrum electronics in there. This actually can take the EC5 and I believe the IC5, something like that. Got enough room for a nice size pack in there. You can go, you know, the shorty packs. It leaves me a lot of room. Pretty good. You can do, like I said, you can do the same thing for the front. You can adjust the body up and down. But this was the shock right here that I was telling you guys about, that didn't have no barely no oil in it to begin with. And then this right here would just, when you go like that, the wheel would just go all the way down. And when I got it, the car was sitting like, you know, bottomed out on the left side. And then why? And that's when I took it apart and found out that the whole internal of the shock itself, there's an E-clip that goes up top of the rod. Then there's the, I guess I don't know what you call it, the spacer in the middle. Then there was supposed to be an E-clip at the bottom, where the top E-clip had completely come off. And there's a rubber boot inside of there that was just basically off of the rod and just floating around in there. The limiter for the shock that was just floating around inside the housing. So I just took it completely apart, put it back together the way it should have been, and the E-clips up and top and bottom, and then everything's sitting all nice and square now. And sorry if the video is pretty bad, guys. I'm trying to hold the phone and show everything that's going on with the car. But I'm happy with it. Like I said, I mean, I'm gonna try to get a, you know, use this body, but I'm gonna try to get another clear body, because I would love to paint that body just like my real drag car, which is like an orangish color, and just to get it to look like the real car. But the wheelie bar, you can actually adjust a lot of adjustments on there. You can see right now it has, if you guys can see it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 adjustments in the turnbuckle rod that you can make go up and down. And so you know, those front wheels don't come too far up off the ground. If they up too far, that means you ain't going nowhere too fast. You want to go just straight, not up and straight. Lose a lot of time. Let's see. Like I said, a lot of suspension. Yeah, pretty good. And get that, you know, get that little spring in this to get that weight, you know, take off the hit, go to the rear of the car. Yeah, not too bad though. Let's see, go on the other side. But yeah, all aluminum chassis. Like I say, guys, before you take this guy out in the first run, just make sure all your fluids are topped off. Make sure the screws are tight enough. I don't know what it is with the quality control. Yeah, right. I don't know how I even passed that by looking at that shock. I don't know how I don't know what happened in that box. I don't know what happened. Maybe I got a gremlin in that box, and it Gizmo or Stripe or one of them tried to take it out for a ride or something. I have no idea. But I was real close to sending it back and ordering another one. But I probably wouldn't have got it in time for Christmas. And this is basically my Christmas present to myself. But like I said, they do tell everybody to go over all these cars, and I just thought it was Arma, but I guess there's all these guys that's making these different RC cars that, you know, it's just better just to check over everything. I know with the Creighton over there, only problem I had was just the diff fluids were pretty low. Actually, I think the front was pretty good. The center was just a little bit under my liking, and the rear just basically almost didn't have none of it in at all. So I actually had to top off all 3 diffs in the Creighton, and that's running all good now. But I didn't check nothing on this yet. Like I said, I haven't ran it yet. So but before I run it, I will do a once over and twice over and triple time over everything. And I do know these things have they have slipper diffs in them. Basically, is you could take this guy off right here, or you can just go to the end. You might have to take off the tire, and you can take your wrench and you can tighten down on the clutch a little bit, so it's not, you know, spinning too much. The diff's not spinning too much off the line when you go to punch it. but then you don't want it to hook too much because then you'll be spinning the tires too much. You know, you got to just tighten it to your liking. You know, I'm happy so far. I really know what's going on after I take it out for the first run, first hit. It's pretty good. And we know in the box you still get the normal radio that they give basic for everything that they sell. Come in the box. And this guy here. This is just their basic controller. Once again, sorry for the footage. And I'm starting to get a little low on my battery. I should have charged it before I did this. Wasn't thinking. But you should make this real quick. You get the radio. You get some stickers, which they will probably all going on the car. You get the little cross wrench, which is just popular since day one. You get a couple of Allen wrenches, and I have no idea what these two little cushions are for. I'm gonna have to check that, or I don't know. Cause like I said, this bag was completely sealed. I cut that open to get the wrenches out and the instructions and all that for the car. But like I said, this bag was completely sealed, so I don't know what these two guys are for. I'm gonna have to check on that. Yeah, I just gotta look at. I didn't order the batteries yet, so I gotta check and see if I want to run a 2S or a 3S. I'm kind of pushing for the 3S, and I just got to figure out, you know, what level I want to get batteries at. You know, 120C, you know, 5200 mAh. You know, I got to figure out which one I want for that. Shorty pack. I really kind of want to go with the shorty pack, so I can be able to move it back and forth in that battery tray, which would be, you know, pretty good for weight transfer. But it's pretty good. I mean, I'm satisfied with that. Half price from Summit Racing, can't beat that. But put out more videos soon. So after I get the batteries in, after I order them first and then actually get them in, you know, post another video up. And so you guys can see, you know, what's going on. Other than that, everything is everything. Talk to you guys later. See you.